Hello, welcome back to the channel, and this is a channel where we give you reviews, maybe a couple of playthroughs, but we don't do unboxings. We generally like to talk a load of bollocks, tabletop gaming in general, and in this video we're going to be talking about a worker placement game, a Viking themed worker placement game. We're going to be talking about Reavers of Midgard, and in this game you will be placing your workers out onto the board to take actions that will give you victory points that will hopefully allow you to win this game. So in this video we're going to be giving you a very brief overview of the rules. Don't shoot us if we missed out one of your favourite rules, but we will be telling you what we do like, we don't like, then we'll come back and we'll tell you whether or not Reavers of Midgard is worth your time and bother today and in the future. So remember, if you are new here, then please consider subscribing to this channel, hit the like button and all that YouTube bullshit. See you after this. Bollocks. So Reavers of Midgard, how'd you play this game? So Reavers of Midgard is a Viking-themed worker placement game. It's not really a worker placement game. You're going to be placing like a ship out onto the board that acts as a worker, right? Once you have set the game up, yeah, you're going to be sticking the board out in the centre of the table, sticking some cards down there. Every player's going to get a player board with some dice on it and stuff like that. Once you've done that, you're going to take your turn, yeah? There's two different types of actions in this game. There's red actions and there are blue actions. Red actions provide an effect, yeah, and additional bonuses. Blue actions provide an effect that can be multiplied a different number of times depending on how many resources and shit you want to give up. So you're going to put your ship out onto one of the available action spaces, yeah? When you put your ship out, if you are the first one to take it, then you're going to be able to choose one of the bonuses listed below that, yeah? In your interest to get there first. So the first action you could do is you can recruit Reavers. This isn't going to cost you fuck all, yes? If you're a cheapskate bastard, this is the action for you. You're going to be able to get 2 Reaver cards, as with all of the actions in this game, yeah? If you choose an action, everybody else around the table in turn order is going to get the option of taking the action as well. This just means that they're going to get a lesser or maybe no bonus, yeah? So if you are the first to go here, you're going to choose 2 Reaver cards and you'll be given some options on what you want to do with it. You might want to rally the Reavers, in which case you'll take the dice depicted on the top right corner of the card and place them on your board, yeah? It's going to give you dice, right? You can specialise. You can slide the Reaver underneath one of the 4 specialised slots on your player board, and this will give you an ability every time that action's taken. Or you can promote the Reaver, you'll place the Reaver card in the leader space on your board and immediately take the bonus corresponding to the clan. So you might get 4 food if it's a blue Reaver, you might be able to draw some spores or village spore cards if it's a red one, or you might be able to get 2 favour if it's a yellow one, yeah? The next action you can do is you can trade with villages, yeah? This action doesn't have any cost and you will give up either 2 favours or 3 food, and you will take either 2 favours, 3 food, 2 dice, whatever you like, or a face up prophecy card, and you'll just take it, yeah? It's free shit, right? Next action you can do is a battle at sea. It's going to cost you 4 food to activate this, and you will attempt to win a sea battle. You'll draw a sea journey card, you will resolve it. This might be good, it might be bad, and then you'll choose a sea battle card and you'll have a bit of a scrap, right? Combat is resolved like this. You'll discard any number of crew dice showing a single or double hammer face, and that will give you some black combat dice to roll, which you will roll, yeah? And you'll need to roll as many successes, which is axes, as listed on the sea battle card, yeah? If you do that, you get the reward. If you don't, you're fucked. So the next action you could do is you can raid villages. It's going to cost you 1 food and 2 dice on the treasure chest face value to activate this, and you'll be able to draw 2 cards from the village spoils deck. There's artifacts here. These will give you extra spaces to place dice. You'll be able to upgrade your ship. You might have a farm card which gives you an option of either like food or some other stuff. You might have the village wall where you'll get some stuff and you'll get the option of like having a little mini scrap to get more stuff, and there's some other stuff which I can't be asked to talk about. You can choose to raid keeps, yeah? This action costs 2 food and 2 dice on the shield face to activate, and this is going to allow you to collect cards that are going to give you points for different sets, yeah? And the last one is subdue territories as a different cost to activate. It might cost you a food or maybe a die or something like that. And then this is where you're going to be taking different tiles that are going to give you rewards, yeah? You might have to have a mini scrap if you take it by force, or you can subdue it by giving up a certain type of resources. Either way, you'll flip the tile over and you'll do what it says. So you will keep doing this. You'll keep putting your workers out on the board. You'll keep taking different actions. You'll keep doing loads of other shit that I haven't got time to mention. And then you'll do a bit of final scoring, yeah? Along the way, you might pick up terror tokens that will give you minus victory points. So you'll do that first. Look up your points for your artifacts, your spoil cards. All your farm, wall and tower tokens are going to give you points. Different prophecies will give you points, and then the player with the most glory or victory points, yeah, will be the winner of Reavers of Midgard. So what do we like about Reavers of Midgard? So the first thing that we really like about this, and I say I like it because I do like it, but it does come with a little bit of a caveat, which I'll get onto in a bit, yeah? But the fact this game lets everybody take an action, or at least have the option of taking the action, once the active player's taking the action, means that you're never going to be sitting there twiddling your thumbs with fuck all to do, yeah? There's always going to be something. More often than not, you're going to want to take these actions if you can afford it, because whilst you're not going to get the lucrative bonus that the active player's going to get, maybe you're not going to get anything at all, you are going to be able to bolster your strategy in doing so, yeah? If you just sat back and didn't do anything, just piled up resources, you're not going to be able to win the game. So part of the intriguing nature of this game is knowing when to take an action on your opponent's turn and when to hold off so that you can build up your resources to do some wild combos on your own turn, right? So the second thing that we really like about this is that all the actions feel like they are of an equal weight or importance in winning this game, yeah? You're going to have to do a lot of all of them. There are a couple of actions that are a little bit tacked on, like the one that just gives you free shit. That's there as a sort of a fail safe in case you can't afford to do anything else, yeah? But you're going to have to go on sea battles to get points. You're going to have to raid villages. You're going to have to get those Reaver cards in to give you dice so that you can go and have a fight, yeah? So none of the actions feel like they are tagged on, well, bar one. Those types of feeble actions are in all of these games, yeah? So you're going to want to do every single one of these actions to win, but you know full well that you can't do them all. So the final thing that we really like about this is that it is a Euro with dice-based combat, yeah? And this is a feature that we're getting used to in this series of games here. The dice-based combat was quite prevalent in the predecessors to this game, Champions of Midgard, and it makes a welcome return in this game, yeah? The fact that it borrows this mechanism from the old Ameritrash games gives you a little bit of a random element, but not too much that it can't be mitigated through your own strategic choices, means that there's a level of excitement in this game that you're not going to find in a lot of other soulless Euros like this. So what don't we like about Reavers of Midgard? So the first thing that we don't like about this game, and this is in stark contrast to the point I made earlier about us liking the fact that everybody gets to do something on somebody else's turn, but we found that this bogs the fucking game down, especially in its last stages. The thing that I'm talking about is the Reavers action for the most part, that you're going to be taking a card and then choosing what to do with it, and then that's going to open up even more fucking options. It's almost like the agony waiting for somebody to take port action in Merchants and Marauders, yeah? I felt like I was actually aging when someone was taking this action. As your endurance starts to wane towards the end of this game, because it can go on for a little bit of a long time, then when somebody takes the Reavers action towards the end, you're like, oh, for fuck's sake, here we go again. And you just want to fucking tear your eyeballs out, like Ray Milland out of The Man with the X-Ray Eyes. So the next thing that we didn't like about Reavers of Midgard is it feels a little bit disjointed from its theme, and I was left wondering, like, what the fuck is the theme anyway, yeah? In its predecessor, Champions of Midgard, you know what the theme is. You're going to be building your shit up and going out on raiding missions, and it's just basically a Viking sort of simulator, or the romanticised Viking simulator. In this, I didn't really know what the fuck I was doing, yeah? Just doing random shit. You might go off and smash up a village, you might go and do over a castle, you might just get some free random bullshit, you might just go out to sea and have a battle for whatever reason. Didn't feel like you were progressing through a narrative, didn't feel like you were building up an engine, and it didn't feel like you were doing it for any specific purpose other than to play a game, yeah? So it seemed like it was just a bunch of random mechanisms thrown onto a board to create a game and dump a theme on the game so that it created a sort of universe aspect with this type of shit, yeah? It felt a bit cheap. So the final thing that we didn't really like about this, and this again seems to be in stark contrast to the thing that we said about the dice-based combat, yeah? Didn't really understand why there were two sets of dice in combat, that you had to first of all get your crew dice and then you convert them into combat dice. Why can't you just roll your fucking crew dice in the first place, yeah? So it's like an added layer of bullshit that didn't really need to be there. And when you're talking about other aspects of this game being artificially elongated or augmented, then the two sets of dice combat just didn't make any fucking sense to me. So to summarise, is Reavers of Midgard worth your time and bother today and in the future? So we're going to say maybe, maybe not. Reavers of Midgard is fine, but it fails to hit the heights set by its absolutely fantastic predecessor, Champions of Midgard. The action selection does not link well to the theme, and to this day I'm still really not sure what the fucking theme is, apart from Vikings running around with their fucking dicks hanging out. The action within action mechanism, especially the acquire Reavers action, becomes really tiresome, especially towards the latter stages of the game. I felt as if I was like fucking evaporating infuriating, you know what I mean? I'm not saying I didn't enjoy this game, but when you have a host of other options like Champions of Midgard, yeah, or any other soulless Euro that is out there, there's fucking hundreds of them. You may find that if you pick this game up after a few plays, it'll just be gathering dust on the shelf, or maybe not. So there you go, that is Reavers of Midgard. Remember, if you're new here, consider subscribing to this channel. It's a fucking no-brainer, innit? Hit the like button and all that YouTube bullshit. See you next Tuesday.